Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building a tiny home in the world of Oasis Springs. Before I get into any other details, let's talk about some of the facts about the build. So the build is on a 20 by 15 in Oasis Springs, and it comes in at 38,865 simoleons. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, and it's a tier 3 tiny home, I think. I get the tiers confused very often, but I think this is the tier 3 tiny home. But it's like an 80 something, around 90 something tiles, I think, because I've used a lot of platforms on the exterior of the house, which means that I went over the limit. But I think the house itself would qualify as maybe even like a micro home, because it's really small. I'm not sure if it's like 32 tiles, maybe it's not, but I think it potentially could be something around 40 tiles, the house itself, obviously. Now, if you've seen my last speed build, which was the Japanese townhouse, I've talked about how obsessed I am with green, along with this like dark wood tone. So yeah, I don't know, I've been just obsessed with dark colors, like dark wood and green lately. So yeah, I promise I'll try to do something a little bit different for my next build, but you know, I can't be certain if I'm really going to do something different. I might not, but anyway, it looks just so good. I just love the green with the dark wood. Whatever. Now we're working on the floor plan, which is fairly simple. I kept the whole thing pretty much open plan, so because of how the house is kind of turned around and situated, I could not fit a bathroom downstairs because of the windows and other stuff, so I decided to put the bathroom upstairs. So there is a small tiny little bathroom upstairs where the bedroom and the office is, and downstairs we have the main living spaces, so the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, and that's it. So I kind of fiddled around with the shape of the house a little bit, but I think the only thing I do is that I bring this part level with the columns. It's not column, but with the walls in the corner. So I think that's the only thing I'm going to change about the shape of the house in a little while, but that's about it. So the house will stay this way, even the colors will stay the same. I think I'll just change the color of the windows, because not these, I'll keep those brown, but I will change the colors of the like bigger windows from Eco Lifestyle to white, because I kind of felt like it's going to be a nice contrast with the dark green and the dark brown colors. I also gave this sim a pool. I felt like maybe the sim who lives here is like a writer, or maybe a critic, I don't know, someone who can work from home from their computer, because they have an office upstairs. And yeah, maybe, I don't know, I did not really have anyone in particular in mind when I was building this house. Also, this was built before the last kit came out, so there are no items from that kit in here. I initially wanted to wait till the kit was out, but I was just too impatient to finish, so I decided not to wait. So there are no plans from the Blooming Rooms kit, I think it's called. I mean, I usually don't have a hard time remembering the names of the packs, but this one is a mouthful, so I think I might forget it at some point in the future. We are working on the landscaping. I'm using the base game landscaping that kind of comes with the world of Oasis Springs, because I wanted to fit wanted it to fit in nicely with the rest of the world. I also sized down the palm trees because I felt like they were way too high and I did not like the way they look. And I kind of went a little bit crazy with the landscaping, to be honest. I initially wanted to include the terrain paint as I always do, but because I made a lot of the items kind of over the line of the lot, I decided not to add terrain paint this time around, because it would look kind of weird if the terrain paint stopped at one point and just went into something completely different. So now we're working on the back porch, backyard area kind of thing. I added planters as always because I add planters pretty much everywhere, but I used these hydroponic, I think they're called hydroponic planters from the Eco Lifestyle Pack, because I felt like in the desert you would appreciate to have these kind of planters that like water themselves, because obviously you would have to water the plants pretty much all the time if you had your plants in the desert. In real life, obviously, it's The Sims, doesn't really matter, but anyway, I wanted to make it look a little bit more realistic. I also added a seating outside, some plants, and I also added 2 sun beds from the base game, I think, to, you know, maybe the Sim can like hang out here and you know, sunbathe in the sun. Obviously you have to be careful because the sun in the desert is very like strong, and you could get burned pretty quickly. So you have to be careful, you know, you have to apply your sunscreen if you want to sunbathe in the desert. But yeah, I felt like it was a nice detail. I'm also going to add some of the floaties in the pool, and I think we are going to move on to the interior now. Yes, so we're moving on to the kitchen, which is fairly simple. I'm using my favorite dream home decorator cabinets and counters again, because I just can't help it. I love them. They are just so pretty, and I don't think I will get over the dream home decorator pack anytime soon because I just love it. So unless we get a new modern pack, which we might be getting a new expansion pack sometime, like maybe next year, like early next year, so we'll see what we get. But yeah, unless we get a new modern styled pack, I probably am going to use Dream Home Decorator a lot still. So I initially wanted to put a bigger dining table like as part of the kitchen, but I decided to make an island with like the different counters and some high chairs. I used this tiny little like sunroom kind of area for the living room, and there is no TV in here. Maybe you could maybe place it upstairs by the bed, so Sim can watch there, but I did not do that. I wanted to, but I forgot about it. So you can if you want to. Now we're going to be adding the island, and I'm going to use the high chairs from the industrial loft kit because they look really good and I really like the style of them. That was kind of the style I was going for, like a modern industrial kind of vibe in here. And I'm just coloring up the island a little bit, and we're going to head on into the dining room. I think I'm going to work on the dining room next. I mean, there is not much really to talk about there because there is just a table and 2 chairs, because obviously I had a very limited space and I could not really do a lot. It took me a while to figure out where to put the table, because I initially tried to put it like this, but I wasn't sure if the Sims could get around if I placed the chairs this way. So I scrapped that idea very quickly. So I later on decided to add it like right here behind one of the chairs. I added 2 chairs, and I decided to add a little bit of a divider between the living room and the main, the kitchen and the dining, but not much because I wanted it to be open still, but I kind of wanted to divide the area a little bit from the rest of the like open plan. I initially put like 2 rows of these decorations, but I later on only keep one of them because I felt like it was blocking way too much the view from the kitchen to the living room and vice versa. I also added a dresser by the door, some shoes, a mirror, and some decorations on the dresser as well, because yeah, I've been really loving adding dressers by the door, and I've been using this one a lot in my build. Yeah, I don't even know when that Dream Home Decorator came out, but I've been overusing it ever since. And I love it. I just can't help it. It's just such a good pack. So yeah, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but I am probably going to be using it for a very long time still. So yeah, I decided to use these wall decorations from Dream Home Decorator as a headboard. I sized it up and I turned it by 90 degrees to make it a little bit lower, and I used that as a headboard. So the bed is shoved against the wall, but you could possibly still have 2 Sims sleep in here if the scooting works for you. I recently heard someone say that it should work for everyone now, so I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, you can definitely live here with 1 Sim, maybe with 2. I've added a shelf on top of the decoration so I could clutter it up with some items. I had to use the tool mod to kind of get it in place because there was the platform outside and it kept like putting my stuff up. So I just had to play with the tool a little bit to have it where I wanted it. And then we're going to head on to the office space. I think, oh no, we're going to clutter the windows first. I wish we could wish there was an easier way to clutter up the windows, because this one was fine, because for some reason this worked. But with the other one, on the other side of the house, I had to lower stuff down with the tool mod again because the platforms were kind of jumping, because the items were jumping up with the platforms. So now we're going to do the bathroom, which is fairly simple. There is a toilet, a shower, and a sink in here. Yeah, nothing really fancy, just a simple, tiny little 3x1 bathroom, which I do a lot in my micro homes and tiny homes. I haven't done a micro home in quite some times, so I felt after watching Sunny Simsy's streams, and she did a tiny cottage a couple of weeks ago, and I was really inspired to build something small as well. So it's not particularly a micro home, obviously, but yeah, it's close enough. I think I'm gonna build a micro home maybe sometime soon. I don't know. I have so many ideas, and I have like built scheduled and not built scheduled, but I have like schedule for what I want to build when in my head already and in my calendar as well. So maybe after the New Year's, I don't know. I have so many ideas and not that much time to build, unfortunately. So yeah, but I'm trying my best. I enjoy Sims because it's just a great way for me to unwind from school and kind of release my creative side apart from drawing. So it's perfect for me. I just love it, and I haven't gotten tired of it in a year, which is a big achievement. I usually get tired of stuff pretty quickly. I'm gonna add a bookcase here, some seating here as well, so Sims could read, and that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is my6sims, or you can also download it from my Ko-fi page, and the link for the tray files is in the description box below. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It would really help me a lot. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming today. I really appreciate you stopping by, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. So bye.